Throughout my 3 years of Fortnite, I have been through some interesting seasons of Fortnite. So I decided, why not do a Fortnite tier list of every season that I've played. Chapter 2, Season. Where do I start here? I think Chapter 2, Season 4 has to be top Fortnite seasons of all time, regardless on which ones I've played. And I feel like that it should probably go A tier. I feel like this one should go A tier because, like, if you play that season, you would know why. Stark Industries is one of the best POIs they've ever added, and a whole bunch more that they could probably, you know. So that's kind of like what I think about the Chapter 2 work. And also Fortnite Mirrors, really good. One of the best Fortnite Mirrors in my personal opinion. So I really think that was a really good start to like where I started from. Now in Chapter 2, Season 5. This was for my second season ever. I would say this season is I would say it's a C tier. The reason why I say it's a C tier is because Chapter 2 Season 5 is like, it was interesting. Like the storyline was actually good because, in my opinion, like you had the 0 point, like destabilizing every week as like the most, like some collabs got brought into the game. So that's kind of what I think about it. And also, yeah, so next season. Let's go to Chapter 2, Season 6. Chapter 2, Season 6, straight to F tier. I personally did not like this season along with everybody else. I feel like this season was not that good. Like, it was an experimental season, I think. Like, they really tried with the crafting mechanic and all that. It just didn't work. It ended up getting removed. It ended up getting removed in Chapter 3 and to never return. So it was an interesting mechanic that was kind of being experimented with, but it didn't work out. Chapter 2, Season 7. I think this is probably another really good season. Like, you had the mothership and everything, and I feel like that's just good on its own. But the mothership and everything was really good. And even though, like, this is the season that like had the live event where Dr. Slump betrayed us, I think that was actually a pretty good plot twist in my opinion. So I'm gonna give this one an A tier season. Chapter 2, Season 8. I think that really this really deserves a D tier. But the live event would really bring it up to a C tier. That live event really just had like besides like just having like what we had. Like, if it didn't get leaked before it actually happened, I think this would have been one of the best live events of all time in my personal opinion. Right behind, okay, I can't put it behind Chapter 2, Season 5, but it definitely deserves to go there. So, Chapter 3, Season 1. This was probably one of the best chapter launches to date. Because we had Spider-Man, and we had a whole bunch of other stuff. I really think that this is a really top tier season. For like, just a chapter launch in general. Like, not even Chapter 5 could beat this. I don't think that had a chance, but yeah. But I think Chapter 3, Season 1 deserves an S tier. Like, just everything about it just really kind of just like carried it. Chapter 3, Season 2. The Zero build season. This season really determined the fate of the zero build game mode that we all know and some people love and hate today. But I feel like that like this determined like where the game was gonna go from here, because like already starting us off in zero builds, because like the whole storyline thing really trying to like change the game, and yeah, that made some people quit until builds returned, but like that was a really interesting first 2 weeks in my opinion. It was an underrated season, so I'm gonna put it in B tier because it was just the overall underrated season. I still think it had some flaws, but yeah, the entire story of this season was just basically thrown around and all that. So that's kind of what I think. Chapter 3, Season 3. This one is going straight to F tier because this season didn't even have like any chance. I felt like the storyline, everything about that season, no, I did not like the storyline. Personal opinion, I did not like the storyline. I did not like anything about the season. I mean, like the reality flowers are cool and all that, but like I didn't like let's say you land somewhere and it's like one PO line and the next thing is the other one. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Don't get that wrong, but like I feel like that they could have done something better with that. Also, Chapter 4, Season 4. I want to give this one a D tier. It was really just like experimenting with the mechanics and all that. Actually, I'm gonna put this in F tier because this season was mid in its own. But the chrome and everything, I mean, like, it had its interesting mechanics, you know, like you were able to walk through walls, which was interesting. You were able to do a whole bunch of stuff with chrome. It was a really good mobility item and a really good mechanic, but I feel like it could have had better potential in my opinion. And also this, I would put in D tier, but the live event at the end, 40 minutes of just a pretty bad creative map. Not the best for the future of the game. Chapter 4, Season 1. This season really was like, it was like an launch, you know, like it was like you had the shockwave hammer, you had the Excalibur, which was really OP if you had the shockwave hammer and the caliber, which really kind of like boosted up to like a B tier or something. But like this had no live event. This was the start of the downfall of the game. Like I feel like that like this season could have been way better, and I feel like that if the end of Chapter 3, Season 4 actually made sense and didn't have a 40-minute live event, I would have felt like this season would have actually been good. But I'm gonna put it down to a C tier because of that. Just my honest opinion. It could have better potential, to be honest. And also this introduced the new Lumen graphics that next gen had, where we had a souped up PC. So that was kind of interesting. But Chapter 4, Season 2. This season goes straight into an A tier because this Chapter 4, Season 1, if you don't remember, if you played during that at the end of that season, it had like a big red rift, and I don't think they knew what to do with that, but they decided to absolutely cook a mega city. Like this entire season was revolved around grind rails, and not to mention the ODM gear was actually added, which is kind of foreshadowing the Spider Mythic return, which was cool. We also got Miles Morales in the game, which was really hyped up for like years since Spider-Man came out in Chapter 3. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, so that was a really good season in my opinion. And also, let's move on. Chapter 4, Season 3. This is straight up an F tier. The jungle biome was terrible. It was a horrible placement. I just feel like that this season was not good. It was a uh-oh from the start. I was not hyped for it whatsoever. Yeah, just not really hyped. It just really needed to just go. Like, everyone was just like not having the game. They were not having it. Like, the only guns that carried this entire season was the man with pistol and whatever other bullcrap was in that season. So that's what I kind of would think about that. Chapter 4, Season 4. Chapter 4 of Season 4 was a D tier. Let me explain. Chapter 4 of Season 4 was pretty bad. Chapter 4 of Season 4, yeah, it saw the return of vaults, heisting, you know, like it had interesting things, but I feel like that it could have had way better potential. And also, like, the storyline in this season kind of just got like thrown around. The same thing with the other Chapter 4 seasons. So that's kind of what I think of it. So that's kind of like my personal opinion on Chapter 4 Season 4. Alright, now Chapter 4 Season OG. This one's gonna be a controversial take, but it'll be understandable. Chapter 4 Season OG. It's an S tier season. But the fact that they didn't do, like, it wasn't authentic to Chapter 1. Like, you still had sprinting, you still had sliding, you still had all that bullcrap. You still had the chapter, like the Unreal Engine 5 graphics and all that bullcrap. And also they added age restriction in the season for like skins and stuff. I didn't wanna, like, that really brings it down. Also, the Big Bang event, mid as hell. That was honestly mid. So I'm gonna give it a B tier. So that's kind of like what I think of it. Chapter 5 Season 1. This season has not yet ended as of recording this video, but I feel like this season is a F tier because the season is near its end as of February 19th, and it ends on March 8th. So I feel like that this season, Chapter 5 Season 1, it's an F tier. It's the same thing as Wilds. I just feel like that Chapter 5 Season 1 is the same thing as Chapter 2 Season 6. It introduced an interesting mechanic, which is weapon modding, but that's not even the main issue. It's kind of the same ones as Chapter 2 Season 1. We had no updates for 45 days. When we finally got an update, oh yeah, let's just give them a cardboard box and a mythic that makes you invisible. 45 days to make sure to expect a cardboard box that's mythic and a cloak that's basically a reskin of the relic cloaks from Chapter 2 Season, or not Chapter 2, Chapter 4 Season 3. So it's already an F tier. Hopefully the streak of good Season 2s really keeps up the grind. Like, I really hope Epic actually makes this Season 2 good, because Chapter 5, it ain't looking so good. So that's basically my tier list. Let me know what you guys think of the tier list, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you.